Okay, I'm literally in the middle of cooking dinner for Sky and Rosie, and I started receiving a download for a specific masculine energy who is literally coming into your life to give you absolutely everything that you could dream of, like everything that you hope to receive in love. But for some reason, God's telling them to wait. For some reason, God is asking this masculine to wait. And I said, why? Why is that the case here? And my angel said, because you need to see yourself first. Because you need to see yourself first, fully. Like in full divine feminine empress energy form. You have been shying away from yourself. It's almost as if been like hiding yourself away from the world a little bit. But all of that is changing, and you might have even felt a change. If you've felt a shift in energy in the past 24 to 48 hours, then this message is most likely for you. I still encourage you to ask your guides if it is, but you've felt the change. Like there has been a change in your energy. More and more people are coming forward to you, desiring friendship, desiring to experience something with you. And we do have the High Priestess coming out. We have the Four of Swords, the Devil, and Strength. You've overcome something huge. You just overcame something huge, and that might have been the shift in energy. You have full access to your power now. Wow. But with the Four of Swords, there's something very humble about you. Even in full empowerment, full Empress mode, you're still this humble energy in this world. Like you don't care to show off what you have. You care to show off what you are, like who you are. You care to show up in this world as the full embodiment of the Empress energy, of your truth, like of everything that you have worked so hard to overcome. And you deserve that. Like you are fully worthy of being seen as that. And with the Eight of Pentacles and the Tower moment coming here, I'm hearing this is happening sooner than you think. I'm also hearing that this masculine energy is currently on his way to you. For some reason, he's like stopping along the way. Like I'm seeing this person stopping along the way, getting snacks. Snacks are really significant here. Maybe this person has a sweet tooth or just likes to snack. We do have the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands coming through. I don't know. You just give me the energy of like someone who doesn't need saving, but this masculine energy wants to come in and save you for some reason. Or it's like, even though you are this Sky, even though you are this queen energy and you present yourself as this queen energy, we do have the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You still deserve someone to be there for you. It's like you are someone who shows up in your world for everyone else. Now this person is coming in to show up for you, because it's strange how you can be so present and available for so many other people in your life, but then lack that for yourself is what's coming through. And I think that's why it's so important for you to see yourself fully for this masculine. With the Nine of Hearts and the King of Swords, this is someone who, it's like, they don't give their time and energy away to just anyone, but they will give everything they possibly can and have to you. They absolutely will give everything, like down to their last name, to you. But they don't do that for just anyone. Like you've caught this person's attention in a way that it's almost as if like you've woken up. Like you've woken them up from a slumber. It's like an ancient spirit is being woken up within this person. It's giving me Emperor energy vibes. So Nine of Swords and Two of Hearts on the bottom. Talk about taking your last name. Also with the Princess of Swords, there could be an age gap here. This person could be older than you, or at least wiser than you in terms of like worldly experience. Maybe this person's even well-traveled around the world. But with the Two of Hearts, this is last name. This is giving last name. And with the Nine of Swords, I don't know, it just feels like you've managed to make peace with your shadows. For some reason, it just feels like you're like sitting pretty with your shadows. It's almost as if your shadows are protection in a way. Like it's going to take a certain level of power, a certain level of masculine energy in order to get through to you. And that's really key here for this relationship as well, because this person is meant to be in their full power in order to receive you in your full power. And then the Magician and the Ace of Hearts. Talk about power couple. There's a lot of magic here. There's a lot of energy coming through for the both of you. And the Ace of Hearts. Also, mutual reciprocation of love is what's coming through here. A lot of growth, a lot of expansion in love with this masculine. And what's coming through is that they've been waiting. They've been looking for someone to give their all to, for someone to give their heart to. Like, they've been looking for you in the same sense that you've been like you have been looking for a love like this your whole life. The Magician, it is going to find you where you find yourself. It's like something that you do on a day-to-day basis is what allows this masculine energy to find you. Something that you do, and something that you do very well and very proudly, as you should be. Any last messages? It just feels like the more you shine, like the more you come into your power, the more visible you become to this masculine. And it's not to say, Rosie, that was rude. It's not to say that this masculine won't love you.
Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this moment slip away. If something inside you stirred while listening to this message, that's not a coincidence. It may be the very answer you've been praying for. Right now, place your hand over your heart and speak these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is still writing my story. My breakthrough is coming, and my love is being guided by His perfect hands. Say it again. And this time, don't just let your lips speak it. Let your heart believe it. Every promise God has spoken over your life is still alive. Every tear you've cried has been seen. Every silent prayer has been heard. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, heaven was working behind the scenes, preparing blessings you could not yet see. So don't lose hope now. You're closer than you realize. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone you love. Somewhere someone is carrying a burden too heavy to bear. Someone is crying in silence, wondering if God still sees them. Your share could become the very message that restores their faith, renews their hope, and reminds them that they are never alone. And if you feel led by the Holy Spirit to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages with people around the world, please consider supporting this ministry through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or whatever God places on your heart, your generosity allows these messages of hope, healing, and God's love to reach souls who desperately need encouragement. May the Lord bless you beyond anything you can imagine. May He restore everything you've lost, answer every prayer offered in secret, open doors no one can shut, and fill your home with His peace, your heart with His joy, and your future with His divine favor. Thank you for being part of this family of faith. Together, we are reaching hearts, lifting the broken, and reminding the world that God's love never fails. His promises never expire, and His timing is always perfect. There is a love that is already on its way to you, not eventually. Not someday in the abstract, distant future that hope points toward when the present feels insufficient. Actually on its way. Moving through whatever circumstances and convergences are required to bring it to the specific coordinates of your life. Someone is in motion toward you right now, carrying everything you have ever quietly hoped love could be, and they are being asked by something wiser than either of you to wait just a little longer. Not because you are not ready enough, not because you have more to prove, or more to heal, or more to become before you are worthy of what is coming, but because of something simpler and more fundamental than any of those things. Because you have not yet fully looked at yourself. I want to sit with that for a moment before moving forward, because it is the kind of sentence that is easy to read quickly and move past without letting it actually arrive. You have not fully looked at yourself, not in the critical sense. You are not being asked to find fault or identify what needs fixing. In the opposite sense. In the sense of looking at who you actually are, right now, in this specific season of your life, after everything you have moved through, and allowing what you see to actually register. Because something happened recently. A shift, the kind that doesn't always announce itself dramatically, but that you feel in your body, in the quality of the air around you, in the subtle change in how the world is responding to your presence. People are drawn to you differently. Something has opened or unlocked or finally come through that had been building toward this for a long time. You overcame something significant. And the version of you that came out on the other side of it is not the same version that went in. But you have been treating yourself like you are still in the middle of it. That is the pattern being named here, and it deserves to be named honestly because it is costing you something. You have a way, and this is not a criticism, it is the natural consequence of having had to be strong for a sustained period of time, of stepping back from your own visibility, of being fully present for everyone around you while somehow exempting yourself from the same quality of witness. Of showing up completely for other people's becoming while slightly averting your eyes from your own. You are extraordinary at being available, at listening, at holding space, at being the person someone can count on in the moments that matter. This is not a small thing. It is one of the genuinely rare and genuinely beautiful things about who you are. But somewhere in the habit of showing up for others, you developed a subtle but real blind spot for yourself. You have been hiding. Not dramatically. Not in a way that anyone looking from the outside would necessarily identify as hiding. More like the particular dimming that happens when someone has spent enough time in situations that did not honor their full light, that they begin to manage it down automatically, just below the threshold of what makes others uncomfortable, just below the level that might attract the kind of attention they are not sure they can trust. That dimming is over now. Here is the insight that reframed this entire story when you let it fully land. The love that is coming cannot find you at a reduced signal. This is not a spiritual platitude dressed up to sound meaningful. It is the honest and practical truth of how this specific connection works. The person moving toward you is someone who does not distribute their deepest energy broadly, who is selective, discerning, who has a particular sensitivity to genuineness, and who can tell the difference between someone's performing their confidence and someone inhabiting it. They are not going to be drawn to a managed down version of you. They cannot be, because the thing that is drawing them is the real thing, the full thing. The version of you that is currently emerging from having finally broken through whatever was previously containing it. The more you shine, the more visible you become to them. That sentence has a weight to it that goes beyond romance. It is a description of a spiritual law that is operating in your life right now. The direct connection between how fully you inhabit yourself and how accessible you become to what is meant for you. Not because love is a reward for self-confidence, because the frequency of who you genuinely are is what love of this quality is specifically calibrated to find. And who this person is, what they carry, what they are bringing, deserves to be described with some honesty, because it is genuinely significant. They are not someone who gives themselves easily. They move through the world with a particular discernment, looking, assessing, not handing their full heart to just anyone, and not particularly interested in the version of connection that is available at the surface level of things. They have been searching for the specific quality that you carry, not in the desperate, grasping sense, but in the patient and sometimes aching sense of someone who knows that what they are looking for exists, who has encountered enough that didn't quite fit to understand the difference, and who has not been willing to settle for less than the real thing. They have been looking for you. Without knowing they were looking for you specifically, without having your name or your face, they have been moving through their life with the particular orientation of someone who is waiting for a specific kind of recognition. The kind that happens not because someone is impressive or attractive or easily categorized, but because encountering them feels like waking up. like something that was asleep in the looking person suddenly opens its eyes. You are going to do that to them. You have possibly already done it. There is also something worth sitting with about who you are in relation to this person, specifically the particular quality of your shadows, because you have them. Everyone does. But you have done something with yours that most people never manage. You have made peace with them, not eliminated them, not performed positivity until they became invisible. Actually sat with them, learned their names, understood what they were protecting and what they were costing. And arrived at a place where they no longer run the show, but instead have become. And this is the part that is genuinely remarkable, a form of protection in their own right. Your depth is not a liability. Your complexity is not a flaw someone will eventually have to decide whether they can tolerate. These are the very qualities that will require a specific kind of person to match. Someone who is themselves in their full power. Someone who is not intimidated by depth because they carry it themselves. Someone who finds richness where a less developed person might find overwhelming. This person has that capacity. They are coming in their power, and it is going to take their power to truly meet you in yours. You deserve someone who shows up for you. I want to say that as plainly as possible because it is something you may have heard before without fully receiving. You deserve someone who shows up for you the way you have spent your life showing up for others. Someone who notices when you are carrying something and asks about it instead of waiting for you to offer it. Someone whose availability is not something you have to earn or manage or carefully time your requests against. You have given so much of that quality to the people around you. You have been present for others in the specific and irreplaceable way that makes someone feel not just heard, but genuinely accompanied. And you have done this consistently, often at the expense of receiving it in return. That era is ending, not because you are going to stop giving. That is woven into who you are and does not need to be dismantled, but because someone is arriving who will meet what you offer with something equal, who will not simply receive your generosity and move on, but who will be moved by it, moved to reciprocate, moved to give you the specific experience of being someone who is cared for as thoroughly and as attentively as they care for others. That experience of being truly shown up for is going to feel foreign at first. Let it feel foreign. And then let yourself receive it anyway. This person will find you through the ordinary things, through the specific habits and pursuits and daily expressions of who you are, the things you do with genuine pride and genuine presence because they are authentically yours. Not through a manufactured setting or a contrived circumstance, through the life you are already living, which is already extraordinary enough to draw someone extraordinary to it. Which means the only thing required of you is to keep living it fully, visibly, without the dimming. Continue doing what you do well. Continue showing up in the ways that are authentically yours. Continue becoming more of who you are rather than less. And trust that the person who is meant to find you there will find you. There is a power couple energies in this that is worth naming because it is rare enough to be significant. Two people who are individually powerful, who have done the work, who carry their own weight, who do not need the other to complete them, but who together amplify something in each other that neither could access alone. That is the dynamic being pointed toward here. Not a dependency, not a rescue. A genuine partnership between two people who are each already whole, coming together to create something that exceeds the sum of its parts. The love will be mutual. Not in the polite, managed way where both people are careful to seem equally invested. In the full and slightly overwhelming way where both people feel the depth of what the other carries and are genuinely, consistently grateful for it. You have been looking for a love like this your whole life, in the quiet way that people look for things they are not sure they are allowed to need, hoping but not quite daring to expect. They have been looking for you in the same way, with the same hope underneath the pragmatism, with the same longing beneath the patience. So here is what the waiting is for. Not for you to become better or more, for you to become visible, to stop stepping back from your own light out of a habit that was once protective and is no longer necessary. You who has been dimming yourself in spaces that could not hold your full brightness, are being asked to stop that now, not for them, for yourself first. And then, as a natural consequence of that, as the organic result of someone inhabiting their full light rather than managing it for the connection that is already in motion, it is coming. He is coming, moving through whatever is between now and the moment your lives properly intersect, carrying everything he has been saving for the right person. You are the right person, but you have to be willing to be seen as such, fully, without apology, without the reflexive stepping back that has become so habitual you sometimes don't notice you're doing it. Shine, not because anyone is watching, because you have earned it. Because the version of you that fought through everything to arrive at this specific moment deserves to be fully present in the life that is waiting on the other side of her own visibility. See yourself first, and then watch what finds you.